sovereigns. He handed Troy a small packet. "You have everything ready. It seems that you calculated on my accepting them," said the sergeant, taking the packet. "I thought you might accept them," said Boldwood. "You've only my word that the programme shall be adhered to, whilst I, at any rate, have £50. I had thought of that, and I have considered that if I can't appeal to your honour, I can trust your, well, shrewdness, we'll call it, not to lose £500 in prospect, and also make a bitter enemy of a man who is willing to be an extremely useful friend." "Stop! Listen!" said Troy in a whisper. A light pit-pat was audible upon the road just above them. "By George, 'tis she," he continued. "I must go and meet her." "She? Who?" "Bathsheba." "Bathsheba out alone at this time of night?" said Boldwood in amazement, and starting up. "Why must you meet her?" "She was expecting me to-night, and I must now speak to her, and wish her good-bye, according to your wish." "I don't see the necessity of speaking." "It can do no harm, and she'll be wandering about looking for me if I don't. You shall hear all I say to her. It will help in your love-making when I am gone." "Your tone is mocking." "Oh no, and remember this, if she does not know what has become of me, she will think more about me than if I tell her flatly I have come to give her up." "Will you confine your words to that one point? Shall I hear every word you say?" "Every word. Now sit there and hold my carpet-bag for me, and mark what you hear." The light footstep came closer, halting occasionally, as if the walker listened for a sound. Troy whistled a double note in a soft fluty tone. "Come to that, is it?" murmured Boldwood uneasily. "You promised silence," said Troy. "I promise again." Troy stepped forward. "Frank, dearest, is that you?" The tones were Bathsheba's. "Oh God!" said Boldwood. "Yes," said Troy to her. "How late you are!" she continued tenderly. "Did you come by the carrier? I listened and heard his wheels entering the village, but it was some time ago, and I had almost given up on you, Frank." "I was sure to come," said Frank. "You knew I should, did you not?" "Well, I thought you would," she said playfully. "And, Frank, it is so lucky. There's not a soul in my house but me to-night. I've packed them all off so nobody on earth will know of your visit to your lady's bower. Liddy wanted to go to her grandfather's, to tell him about her holiday, and I said she might stay with them till tomorrow, when you'll be gone again." "Capital," said Troy. "But, dear me, I had better go back for my bag, because my slippers and brush and comb are in it. You run home whilst I fetch it, and I'll promise to be in your parlour in 10 minutes." "Yes." She turned and tripped up the hill again. During the progress of this dialogue there was a nervous twitching of Boldwood's tightly closed lips, and his face became bathed in a clammy dew. He now started forwards towards Troy. Troy turned to him and took up the bag. "Shall I tell her I have come to give her up, and cannot marry her?" said the soldier mockingly. "No, no, wait a minute. I want to say more to you," said Boldwood in a hoarse whisper. "Now," said Troy, "you see my dilemma. Perhaps I am a bad man, the victim of my impulses, led away to do what I ought to leave undone. I can't, however, marry them both. And I have two reasons for choosing Fanny. First, I like her best upon the whole, and second, you make it worth my while." At the same instant Boldwood sprang upon him and held him by the neck. Troy felt Boldwood's grasp slowly tightening. The move was absolutely unexpected. "A moment," he gasped. "You are injuring her you love." "Well, what do you mean?" said the farmer. "Give me breath," said Troy. Boldwood loosened his hand, saying, "By heaven, I have a mind to kill you." "And ruin her?" "Save her." "Oh, how can she be saved now, unless I marry her?" Boldwood groaned. He reluctantly released the soldier and flung him back against the hedge. "Devil, you torture me," he said. Troy rebounded like a ball, and was about to make a dash at the farmer, but checked himself, saying lightly, "It is not worth while to measure my strength with you. Indeed, it is a barbarous way of settling a quarrel. I shall shortly leave the army because of that same conviction." Now after that revelation of how the land lies with Bathsheba, 'twould be a mistake to kill me, would it not?" "'Twould be a mistake to kill you," repeated Boldwood mechanically, with a bowed head. "Better kill yourself." "Far better." "I'm glad you see it. Troy, make her your wife, and don't act upon what I arranged just now. The alternative is dreadful, but take Bathsheba. I give her up. She must love you indeed to sell soul and body to you so utterly as she has done. Wretched woman, deluded woman, you are, Bathsheba." "But about Fanny?" "Bathsheba is a woman well to do," continued Boldwood in nervous anxiety. "And Troy, she will make a good wife, and indeed she is worth your hastening on your marriage with her." "But she has a will, not to say a temper, and I shall be a mere slave to her. I could do anything with poor Fanny Robin." "Troy," said Boldwood imploringly, "I'll do anything for you, only don't desert her. Pray, don't desert her, Troy." "Which? Poor Fanny?" "No, Bathsheba Everdene. Love her best, love her tenderly. How shall I get you to see how advantageous it will be to you to secure her at once?" "I don't wish to secure her in any new way." Boldwood's arm moved spasmodically towards Troy's person again. He repressed the instinct, and his form drooped as with pain. Troy went on. "I shall soon purchase my discharge, and then—" "But I wish you to hasten on this marriage. It will be better for you both. You love each other, and you must let me help you to do it." "How?" "Why, by settling the 500 on Bathsheba instead of Fanny, to enable you to marry at once. No, she wouldn't have it of me. I'll pay it down to you on the wedding day." Troy paused in secret amazement at Boldwood's wild infatuation. He carelessly said, "And am I to have anything now?" "Yes, if you wish to. But I have not much additional money with me. I did not expect this, but all I have is yours." Boldwood, more like a somnambulist than a wakeful man, pulled out the large canvas bag he carried by way of a purse, and searched it. "I have £21 more with me," he said. "2 notes and a sovereign. But before I leave you I must have a paper signed." "Pay me the money, and we'll go straight to her parlour, and make any arrangement you please to secure my compliance with your wishes. But she must know nothing of this cash business." "Nothing, nothing," said Boldwood hastily. "Here is the sum, and if you'll come to my house we'll write out the agreement for the remainder, and the terms also." "First we'll call upon her." "But why? Come with me to-night, and go with me to-morrow to the surrogates." "But she must be consulted, at any rate informed." "Very well. Go on." They went up the hill to Bathsheba's house. When they stood at the entrance, Troy said, "Wait here a moment." Opening the door, he glided inside, leaving the door ajar. Boldwood waited. In 2 minutes a light appeared in the passage. Boldwood then saw that the chain had been fastened across the door. Troy appeared inside, carrying a bedroom candlestick. "What? Did you think I should break in?" said Boldwood contemptuously. "Oh, no, it is merely my humour to secure things. Will you read this a moment? I'll hold the light." Troy handed a folded newspaper through the slit between door and door-post, and put the candle close. "That's the paragraph," he said, placing his finger on a line. Boldwood looked and read: "Marriages. On the 17th instant at St. Ambrose's Church, Bath, by the Reverend G. Mincing, B.A. Francis Troy, only son of the late Edward Troy, Esquire, M.D., of Weatherbury, and sergeant with Dragoon Guards, to Bathsheba, only surviving daughter of the late Mr. John Everdene, of Casterbridge." "This may be called fort meeting feeble, hey, Boldwood?" said Troy. A low gurgle of derisive laughter followed the words. The paper fell from Boldwood's hands. Troy continued: £50 to marry Fanny. Good. £21 not to marry Fanny, but Bathsheba. Good. Finale, already Bathsheba's husband. Now, Boldwood, yours is the ridiculous fate which always attends interference between a man and his wife. And another word. Bad as I am, I am not such a villain as to make the marriage or misery of any woman a